Okay, thanks for joining me. This is Mentoring Moments for Moms, and I'm Gail Anderson. Just going to be talking for a little bit today about potty training. I'm right in the middle of it with my younger grandchild. Hey, Kirby, glad to have you on. It's nice to have people watching. Anyway, potty training is so much fun, but it can be one of the most frustrating things for a mom. So I'm going to talk about several things I've gone through in training my own kids as well as my grandkids. Of course, at this point, I think it's really fun just to come in and work on it with somebody else's children and not have to follow through and do it every single day. So anyway, I'm Gail Anderson. This is Mentoring Moments for Moms, and I'm just glad you're here listening. So with potty training, the first thing is don't start too early unless you're expecting it to be a long process. I know some people start at 18 months and think, hey, this is going to be great. I'm going to have my child trained so early and not have to mess with diapers. Seriously, all it winds up being is that mommy is trained. Mommy is trained to put the child on the toilet every hour and a half or so and keep him dry. And that's great. But if you expect to have real potty training where a child is going to notice the urge and come to you before he goes to the bathroom, then you've really got to be able to start at a good time for him. I'm a child development major and a teacher, just a mom at heart. One of my passions is being a mom. And so naturally, I want to start out with kids doing things in a positive fashion. Of course, I believe in disciplining children, but if you start out with rewards and keep them motivated, you can eliminate behaviors as well as train new behaviors with those rewards. So with potty training, this has to be a really big deal. It has to be something you talk about a lot, and there needs to be something in it for the child. Now, I hate to say it, but our best reward for potty training was using M&Ms. Yes, that candy, that sugar that maybe isn't that great to give them, that's what I was giving my kids as a reward. And it was really nice as I was training younger ones and had older kids, then they would help get the child on the toilet or bring them when it was time to potty, and of course they got a reward as well. Now eventually you want to get away from all the rewards and just expect it to be something that they do on their own. But to start out, it's the best way to train your kids is just be positive and give them rewards. The other thing is just having a big celebration. We always had an after potty dance. If they would be successful at the potty, everybody's hooping and hollering and shouting, and you get to tell grandma and grandpa, and you get to say it to brothers and sisters, and it is so much fun. And just helping your child have the realization that his pants are dry, and notice when his pants are wet, and then notice, okay, everybody else wears underwear, not diapers. And so these are just things that you want to be talking about all the time. There are great books for potty training, not for you, but for the kids. You're going to read them books, help them to understand why they want to be dry, how good it feels to be dry, how nice it is not to make that mess in your pants. So it's really good to go at it with that view. Now, I like to kind of slow roll it. This was the easiest thing for me. You'll notice when you put a child in the tub at night, so often they pee in the bath water. Okay, so then you've got to empty the bath water, put fresh water in. That's because that warm water is motivating them to go to the bathroom. So I use that to my advantage. If I think they're going to pee or need to pee about the time they're taking their bath, then for several months, I just might put them on the toilet to get them used to it so they would pee before getting in the tub. So that had a great advantage. Then they weren't peeing in the tub themselves. So besides that, you want to be able to have them, what was I going to talk about? Sorry, I have a little one that just came down from his nap. I'm getting very distracted. So with that slow roll, having them go to the bathroom before they get in the tub is a really good thing to do. Another great time is first thing in the morning. So you're using everything to your advantage. He's probably going to have to go to the bathroom, so you pop him on the toilet first thing, and good chance he's going to be able to go. And this morning I'm here with my grandkids, and the littlest one came down at about, I don't know, 6:30, and I said, hey, how about I try the potty? Notice we want to be really positive about it, really positive. It's not, do you need to go potty, and ask them the question, because they will always answer no. But you want to say, hey, let's have a try at the potty. We are talking about potty training today. Thanks for those of you who have joined. This is Mentoring Moments for Moms. So, with that slow roll, it's easy to be able to just get them used to being on the toilet, get them used to going, and being able to hear the rewards, the happiness, the excitement about everybody when they go. Another thing is that when you are ready to go full hog toward it, making that concentrated effort is important. That means you're probably going to have to pretty much cancel other things and take a full 7 to 10 days where you're going to stay home and focus on that. It becomes a little bit more difficult when you're out, because once you can get it going, then it'll be easier for you leaving the house and going other places. Some kids may potty train earlier than others, and you just shouldn't have any upsetness with your kids at all about when they potty train. I do know that from a child development standpoint, they do have the urge to do number 2 before they do number 1. So we should take advantage of that and try and catch them at whenever their regular time is to go. At that time during the day, putting them on and seeing if you can have success. It is so common for kids to be afraid of that, to feel like something's falling out, to feel like they've done something wrong. So if you can get the head start on that and have a win to where they will know that that's the thing to do, that would be wonderful. But like I say, didn't happen with but one of my 5 kids. Okay, let's talk about wet pants. How do you feel when the child has an accident? You've been going through potty training, you're doing all this stuff. What if they miss? What if my son is scared to go number 2 in the potty? I agree. It is scary. Okay, one of the things that I did with my kids and grandkids was to get them to do that. Go in the bathroom with them, sit with them, let's take a try at the potty if you know it's about the time they should be going, and grab some books and plan on just sitting in there for 10 minutes. We're talking 10 minutes. Stop at the end of the 10 minutes. Read books to him, help him to get comfortable. Another option is to take him in the bathroom with you. Little girls going with their moms, little boys going with their dads. They see what mom and dad are doing. They can understand more that it's a natural thing. These are all things that you really have to point out. Okay, everybody else gets to wear underwear. So let's go to the store and buy you some underwear too, because soon you're going to be potty trained and be able to wear underwear. Okay, so the earliest time I ever trained a child was my son, I shouldn't be mentioning names. Okay, when he was 18 months old, we had a pool in the backyard, and I was determined that he was not going to be peeing in the pool. And so when he would get up from his nap, rather than taking him right out to the pool because I knew he would pee in there, I decided I would take him to the bathroom. And that was when I did it, just that time every day. This is what I'm calling the slow roll. There was no purposeful thing saying, hey, we have to train right now. This is it. Once we even do it, it has to be full hog. No. That is not what we need to do. So with this son, I would just put him on before he went in the pool, and then I was assured he wasn't peeing in the pool. Because after a nap, they're going to need to pee. Okay, let's use that to our advantage. Next thing would be that, I guess before bed would be a good time, before bath time. What I did with that son who trained so early, or at least started the process of training then, was then I started having him stay dry or work on potty training just from 3:30 or 4 whenever he got up from his nap until bedtime. So it was just a partial day. We didn't have to work on it all day long. So the next thing we did was then we started putting him on the toilet before his nap. And we kept backing it up until we were doing a whole day of potty training. But again, there is no sense in getting mad. The only way you should be getting upset with your child is if you've got a 5, 6, or 7-year-old who's having accidents. Okay, that's just not paying attention. But with your little ones, using discipline, really, I don't think is the way you want to go to be able to get them to potty train. You want to keep reinforcing those behaviors that you want them to continue. So go with the flow. If you're trying it and it's not working, then just slow down, kick back. Don't do it yet. I know that when my twins were 2.5, we made a huge move, and I was concerned that they would actually go backwards in potty training. So I didn't do too much potty training until after we moved, which meant they were not trained until they were 3 years old. But you know what? That was fine for our situation. And we can't be looking at each other judging. Oh, your child was potty trained here. Your child was potty trained there. No, we have to just understand every situation is different, every family is different, and more than anything, every child is different. Now, I suppose some of you are out there. I'll have to catch the replay. Oh, thanks so much for joining us. And anybody else who jumped on in, this is Mentoring Moments for Moms, and we're talking today about potty training from a mom's standpoint. Some of you might be asking what kind of potty chair to use. Again, that's up to you. Sometimes it's easier to use a separate chair and be able to move that chair to different places in the house. Maybe even as a child is sitting in front of the TV in the morning and you're hoping he'll do number 2 first thing. But some of them, it's easier just to use the regular toilet seat. Sit them at the back of the toilet seat. Buy one of those little smaller inner seats that sits on the toilet seat. Whatever you're comfortable with and your child is comfortable with. For boys, it's really nice because they can stand up, get on a little stool, and be there at a big toilet. Ever heard of anybody throwing Cheerios into the toilet water and having their little boy try and aim to hit those? That's kind of a fun thing to do. Which brings up another point. I will say that my best hint for training boys is to dribble warm water on them. And again, it's like when they hit the tub, they feel that warm water, they have the urge to go. What it does is it sets him up for success. He doesn't have to sit for long periods of time. He will definitely be going to the bathroom if he has anything in him at all. I haven't seen it work quite as easily with girls. Don't know why that is, but try it. Warm water can help them to have success right away. So what's the best time of year? Okay, we have a 2.5-year-old who's regressed since we had a new baby. Oh, that is very, very common. Glad you brought that up. Yes, with the new baby, there's a lot of changes going on. And you know what? I would kick back and just do things a little bit lighter. Let him get used to the new baby and the new flow. And I will say, Mom, that it is hard for you because all of a sudden your attention is being drawn away. So he's probably going to have more accidents because you are not able to be as attentive to him. And again, he's not really to the point where he's old enough to say, I know when I need to go. I can tell Mommy I can get to the toilet. So kick back a little bit. You know, just work on it part of the day. Let him wear training pants or just some pull-ups or something like that. Won't poop on the potty, ask for a diaper. Yep, and for a 3-year-old, that is a great time if they're still hiding to do their number 2, to try that thing where you can go in the bathroom, set them on the potty, and read to them. Help them to get relaxed. And you can even get to the point where, hi there, you can even get to the point where you may be able to leave him alone while he's reading the books and just relax. Remember, the whole secret is that he can relax and feel confident. And when you can get a success and you make a huge deal about it and lots of rewards, take him out for ice cream, whatever it takes the first time, that's going to give you a buildup of some positive reinforcement to where he'll desire to go, and it'll be easier after that, especially with a 3-year-old. So, best time of the year, some people say summertime because they're in less clothes. Some people say wintertime because they're inside more and closer to the potty. Whatever works for you. You know your schedule. You know your kids. Just work everything to your advantage. Make it a positive experience. And if it's not time, don't worry about it. Don't worry what the books say. Don't worry what your friends say. Don't worry about your great-grandma who said she had your grandmother trained at 12 months. Just do it whenever is best for you. Again, I want to tell you to concentrate on a 7 to 10 day time and just pull out all the stops and focus on that. That means being in the house, maybe having less clothes on or not pants that would be cumbersome when you're trying to go to the bathroom, having a try at the potty every hour and a half, and having successes. Successes, successes. This is how things grow. This is how he'll be able to be trained, or she'll be able to be trained, just by having success and that positive motivation. So I'm really glad you joined today. Really glad you jumped on. I probably should shorten this. If you have any other questions, go ahead and put them on there, and maybe we can address those tomorrow. But I just want to thank you for listening and hope you're having a good time with potty training. If you're not at that stage right now, file away this information for later. Thanks, moms. Good to hear from you. Thanks for jumping on. I'm Gail Anderson, and this is Mentoring Moments for Moms.